Welcome back.
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler. Fucking love this movie.
It's definitely a movie I will watch over and over.
Oh yeah,
and over.
definitely. I might watch it tonight too again. If you like Jake Gyllenhaal, Daddy Gyllenhaal, you're gonna love this. You're like, he's such a phenomenal actor. He really like morphs himself into the roles. And when I want to do short films or act in general, that's him and Leonardo DiCaprio are the two that I idolize because they just really get into themselves.
Yeah, and he's there's so much I can say about him. I'm just not gonna get into it because it's just all good stuff. But this movie, going in with an $8.5 million budget, really low.
Extremely low.
And it made $38.7 at the box office.
Which is not a bad turnaround for as low as
what they did. Yeah, and it wasn't like a huge movie.
Mm-mm.
It didn't have a lot of marketing. Yeah, it didn't have marketing really.
Mm-mm. I didn't even know about it until a couple years ago. Like,
a 2014 movie, and I didn't hear about it until at least 2017, so.
Yeah, because the first time I watched it was last year with Aaron. And he was telling me to watch it, but no, fucker never told me Jake Gyllenhaal was in it. So I'm like, I had no interest. And then when I found out Jake Gyllenhaal was in it, I'm like, fuck that goddamn movie.
And it's being directed by Dan Gilroy, the guy who did Kong Skull Island, and he did Velvet Buzzsaw, which is another Gyllenhaal movie.
Like, Velvet Buzzsaw is kind of like one of those weird ones where it's like, it's not that great, but from like my standpoint, because I really like art and I love Jake Gyllenhaal, there's a really good mashup for me, and I still really enjoyed it.
You have to respect and like the kind of movies Jake Gyllenhaal chooses to do to like Velvet Buzzsaw. It's not just a movie that any kind of movie person. I'm not gonna say like I'm not gonna say like if you don't like what he does, you don't like it. There's a good chance you won't. But I feel like the mass majority, you would have to like what Jake Gyllenhaal does, who he is, how he acts, that like dark, weird kind of feel.
We're probably going to have like a Jake Gyllenhaal playlist series about all the movies he does once we start reviewing more Jake Gyllenhaal movies. But this is Nightcrawler, not Velvet Buzzsaw, so...
But same thing here is, for Nightcrawler, it's one of those dark, gritty, weird Jake Gyllenhaal movies. It's not just a normal movie, I would say. Yeah. So, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, he gets unemployed or is looking for a job or whatever, and he turns around and comes upon was a crash? I think it was an accident, and he sees a dude filming the accident, and asks him what he does, what he's gonna do with the footage, and he says he sells it to TV stations for lots of money.
So he does this and then starts getting really successful with it, but then
it gets dark.
It gets sketchy. And it turns into that good Jake Gyllenhaal uneasiness thing that makes Jake Gyllenhaal's acting so good.
Yeah, because he's just... And it's just like, I was watching a video where they were like talking to him about the movie. They were talking about a bunch of other movies too, but he said like, originally, the character wasn't supposed to speak as fast as he does. But Jake Gyllenhaal thought that would fit the character better, and so he actually progressively talked faster and faster while they were filming the movie, and finally got to the point where he talks really, really fast because he felt like that made the character as weird and uneasy as he is.
Because, I could definitely see that now, because as you watch it, it does get progressively that uneasiness, and that's kind of like one of the things I was talking about with the Joker thing. This is like a movie where I'll watch it again and I will feel that uneasiness again.
Yeah.
So.
And it's another Jake Gyllenhaal movie, but there's nothing wrong with another Jake Gyllenhaal movie because they're all so good. Except for Donnie Darko, which we'll talk about.
You, I love
which
that
we'll
movie
talk
too.
about in another
That's
in another
one of my
video.
favorites. But 9.6.
I'm gonna agree.
9.6.
We'll give it a solid 9.6.
So, like, subscribe. Anything else, Brian?
Daddy Gyllenhaal.